Hi folks, so I have been receiving some questions about the monthly grant that Beta Language Assistance receive. I'll be discussing that in this video as well as my monthly budget. So the reason I'm doing that is because some people have been wondering if the monthly grant is worth it compared to the cost of living. Alright, so two disclaimers. So technically we are receiving a grant because we are here as students and we are doing our practicum, so our grant covers our monthly expenses, and this is all gonna be explained to you when you do your orientation. Another thing is that the cost of living really varies across cities and in different regions. All right, so let us get into the meat of the matter. What is the monthly grant that language assistants receive? Now, you are given a grant based on the amount of hours you do for your practicum, and language assistants can work for 18 to up to 24 hours per week, right? I'm gonna be going back and forth with my notes because some of it is kind of specific. The figures I give you, I mean, it may more or less change, but it's within that region, so just to help you to make more of an informed decision. If you are working for 18 hours per week, your monthly grant will be around 873 euros per month. Now that is before Social Security, because we are charged Social Security so that we can have access to different services like public health care, which is great. If you are wondering about Social Security, you can actually apply for a tax refund, like I think in April, May, those months, and you get a portion of it back. If you are working for 24 hours per week, now you can receive about 1,165 euros per month. After tax, that will be about 1,111 euros. So I think during the application you can request the amount of hours that you would like to work. A lot of language assistants, when they are here, they have a side hustle, because based on what you want to do here, I mean, the monthly grant really covers your expenses, and if you want to save, it's gonna be like a little bit. For an apartment that is shared, you can pay maybe 225 or less euros per month, and that is before the utilities, right? So the utilities will be, if you are paying utilities separate, your light or luz will be maybe, it will fluctuate, especially depending on how much energy you will use, and in the winter time, because you are probably using more energy for heating, if you have central heating, it will be significantly higher. But the average will be maybe around 75 euros per month. And sometimes it can even be cheaper, like maybe 50 or less. Okay, so within our region, I know we pay the water bill every 3 months. I'm not sure if it's the same in Madrid, possibly, but I know that we pay every 3 months. When I get my water bill, it's usually around 75 euros. Now, pay attention to the fact that if you're in a shared apartment, this will be shared, okay? But I'm just like throwing figures out there, and because I can't be very specific, because utilities fluctuate. But for the water, I pay, we get a bill of maybe 75 euros for every 3 months. So that means for every month it would be about 25 euros. Not bad, right? And that is shared. All right. For groceries, I tried my best to see how much I spend, and maybe for groceries I'll spend 100 to 150 euros per month. Could be more, but it's maybe 150, and that's for me. Okay, for phone and internet, this can be specific to the provider, but for my provider, I pay 45 euros per month. You can see the money is already draining, right? But yeah. And for various subscriptions, it's about 30 euros per month. Now, for takeout or going out, so I don't have to put aside a lot for that. it could be maximum, right, 50 euros per month maximum. And that's for taking out or going out. And since the pandemic, you know, it's been a lot less, so you know that money has been set aside. And for miscellaneous, around 100 euros. I mean, if there are things that you didn't really consider. Now, with all those expenses combined, it will be around 672 estimated, you know, per month. Those are for expenses. That means that you can save maybe 245 euros per month. And I haven't mentioned traveling yet because I haven't been traveling due to the pandemic. So if I was traveling, it would be significantly less. You know, I hope you get that. So, and this is in a small city, people. Now, if it was in Madrid, which I know is maybe one of the most expensive cities in Spain, most people are placed in Madrid. So, as a result, most people actually, it's necessary for them to have a side hustle, usually through private lessons, and it's quite common. Now, I wanted to address, is this worth it? Honestly, it all depends on you. What are your reasons for coming here? Now, as an adult, which you will be more than likely because you have to have a degree to come here, so you would have had spent years in university and be older, I would say that it doesn't, with the salary, no, with this grant alone, it doesn't give you the opportunity to save, you know, like an adult, like, you know. So you can, you know, look for other ways to do that. So if you value the experience of traveling, even the experience you can get from teaching or even learning, you learn public speaking and different skills like that you can add to your CV. So you have to think about yourself and what's important for you. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful to you. Subscribe if you like what you see, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.